This story was sent to me by Caressa McKnight, and it is coming out of Georgia, where you have two of probably the most incompetent of many cops out there in the world. But in the middle, you see an individual by the name of Shai Werts, and he plays for Georgia Southern. He's the quarterback. And about a month ago, he was arrested on what they said was a cocaine charge. But they had no other choice but to drop the charges against him because what they thought was cocaine was indeed not the substance that they claim he had. Guess what it was? Bird shit. I cannot make this up. I am not making this up. Y'all are probably sitting in watching this video right now and saying, huh? But yes, he got arrested for what they thought was cocaine possession, but it was actually bird shit on his car. I'm trying to figure out how in the world do you get bird crap mixed up with cocaine? Cocaine is a powdery substance, and bird crap is very wet until it dries up, and even then you can tell that that's not cocaine. Like, how do you, like, I think they just did that just because they wanted to arrest somebody and they didn't want to look embarrassed. But I don't know how they can't look embarrassed because of this. If I was him, I would sue that. Well, first off, I would make sure that those two got fired, and I would sue the department. But let me go ahead and read this story. It says a Georgia police officer mistook bird poop on Georgia Southern quarterback's car as cocaine during an arrest last month. The incident was captured on video when Shai Werts was pulled over on July 31st in Clinton, South Carolina, after officers claimed he was speeding. During the interaction, officers put the starting quarterback in the back of their patrol car, then proceeded to search Werts' 2016 Dodge Charger. In the video, officers can be seen paying close attention to the hood of Werts' vehicles, shining light on the area and allegedly discovering a foreign white substance on it. Then an officer walks back to the patrol car to question a 21-year-old, asking him, "What's the white stuff on the front of your hood?" Werts said, "Bird shit." My thing is this. If you were going to do cocaine, why would you do it anywhere on your car? Why? Like, who would do that? Usually cocaine is done inside of your house or some closed-in environment. Who does cocaine, a lot of cocaine on the hood of their car and then leaves the residue there? Who would do that? Like, I swear, it's the insulting of our intelligence that they think. Let me continue. The officer didn't believe Werts, repeatedly saying the substance doesn't look nothing like bird poop, and instead told Werts test results indicated it was a controlled substance. See, they just straight up lied right there. They know that was bird crap. I swear to God, it's not bird poo, the officer says, because I just tested it and that turned pink. Werts says over and over again it's bird poop, but the officer doesn't believe him and eventually told him it tested positive for cocaine. Werts was charged with misdemeanor cocaine possession and speeding. The student athlete was suspended from GSU football team activities after the arrest. Wow. So because they lied on him, he ended up getting suspended. What if he was on a scholarship? That could have cost him his scholarship. I hope that it didn't. Prosecutors announced Thursday they were dropping the charges, saying the substance in Werts' car wasn't cocaine. I was informed that the test did come back and there was no controlled substance found, Saluda County Prosecutor Al Ergel told the Savannah Morning News. Georgia Southern Athletic Director Tom Kleinline announced the team was elated to get the news regarding Werts and stating the quarterback is no longer suspended from the team. Prosecutors have released a statement saying on August 8, 2019, SLED, or South Carolina Law Enforcement Division, received the substance and completed the drug analysis. The forensic scientists determined that no controlled substance was detected. The solicitor's office has begun the expungement process to discharge a removed from the system to ensure that this arrest and charge does not create a criminal history for Werts. It doesn't specify what happened to the two that did that to him. This guy could have lost it all. Right there on a lie, but it doesn't say that anything happened to the person who claimed that they tested it and said that it was positive for cocaine and that it was indeed bird shit. Like I said, who does a line of cocaine on the hood of their car? And if they did, why would they leave any residue behind? Like, that made no sense. If they were going to get him for speeding, that's all they had to get him for. But they had to tack on another charge to him just so they could have a reason to put him in jail or put some additional charges on him. Because it's not like they could give him any type of major charge for speeding unless he was under the influence, which is what they were trying to also tack on to him. See, they were doing too much. They were trying to over leverage these charges. They were trying to embellish. But that doesn't surprise me. They saw this big black guy and said, yep, we're gonna get him. I swear to God, it's like they just know who to go after. They know who to go after, because in a way, mainstream media has put out this is like this alarm, this smoke signal that, hey, if they look like this guy, and as you can see, this guy is taller than he appears to be taller than both of them, and he plays football, so he's a direct target, and he was driving what they would deem to be a nice vehicle. So they just had to have a reason to mess with this guy. However, I am glad for two things. One, that the charges were dropped. He's not suspended on the team anymore. And that it didn't escalate to something even further, which could have caused him to probably lose his life. But they did not say that there was any consequences that was being held against these two right here, or at least the one that claims that that this tested positive for cocaine, when they know good and damn well they didn't test a damn thing. And they didn't even name the officer who did it. See? So they're giving him protection. So this is right here is the only images that we see of these two. But we don't know their names. We don't know their badge numbers. And as far as we're concerned, they're still employed. So that means they can go ahead and do this with somebody else. And they probably have done this with somebody before. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. I will talk to you in the next one.